Remarks, intersection departures allowed landing runways 24 and 21. Departing runways 24 and 21 advise on initial contact, you have information Alpha.
Perth Airport Ground, Qantas 313, request taxi to parking.
Perth Airport Tower, India Foxtrot Alpha Echo Echo Uniform Romeo Oscar, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing east. Qantas 313, taxi to parking.
Taxiing to parking, Qantas 313.
India Foxtrot Alpha Echo Echo Uniform Romeo Oscar, runway 21, cleared for immediate takeoff. Perth Airport Ground, Air France 1981, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, India Foxtrot Alpha Echo Echo Uniform Romeo Oscar. Perth Airport Ground, Air France 1981, ready to taxi to runway 21 with information Alpha. Air France 1981, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Perth Airport Tower, Infinite Flight 108 is 9 nautical miles to the northeast at 2,000 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 24.
Infinite Flight 108, number 1, runway 24, cleared to land.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 24, Infinite Flight 108.
Perth Airport Ground, Category 24 Heavy, ready to taxi to runway 21 with information Alpha.
Qatari 24 Heavy, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21, Category 24 Heavy.
Going around, Golf Alpha 727.
Perth Airport Ground, Sierra Alpha 24, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Sierra Alpha 24, pushback approved, expect runway 21.
Pushback approved, Sierra Alpha 24.
Category 24 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 24.
India Foxtrot Alpha Echo Echo Uniform Romeo Oscar, contact Perth departure on 118.7. Qatari 24 Heavy, cross runway 24. Contact in Perth departure on 118.7, India Foxtrot Alpha Echo Echo Uniform Romeo Oscar.
Crossing runway 24, Category 24 Heavy.
Perth Airport Tower, Air France 1981, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing west. Air France 1981, line up and wait runway 21. Perth Airport Tower, Air France 1981, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing west.
What? Like I said, line up and wait.
Air France 1981, line up and wait runway 21.
Strange.
Perth Airport Ground, Sierra Alpha 24, ready to taxi to runway 21 with information Alpha.
Sierra Alpha 24, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21, Sierra Alpha 24.
Air France 1981, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Perth Airport Tower, Category 24 Heavy, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing straight out.
Perth Airport Tower, Air France 1981, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing west. Qatari 24 Heavy, hold short of runway 21.
Holding short runway 21, Category 24 Heavy.
Air France 1981, runway 21, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Strange. What happened?
Sierra Alpha 24, request permission to cross runway 24.
Qatari 24 Heavy, line up and wait runway 21.
Line up and wait runway 21, Qatari 24 Heavy.
Sierra Alpha 24, cross runway 24, please expedite.
Perth Airport Ground, Condor 666, ready for pushback with information Alpha. Crossing runway 24, Sierra Alpha 24.
Condor 666, pushed back approved, expect runway 21. Qatari 24 Heavy, runway 21, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 21, Qatari 24 Heavy.
Pushback approved, Lufthansa 666. Perth Airport Tower, Sierra Alpha 24, ready for takeoff at runway 21, remaining in the pattern.
Sierra Alpha 24, line up and wait runway 21.
Line up and wait runway 21, Sierra Alpha 24. Perth Airport Ground, Lufthansa 666, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Lufthansa 666, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21, Lufthansa 666.
Perth Airport Tower, Q-Link 21, inbound on the ILS runway 21.
Q-Link 21, number 1, runway 21, cleared to land. Qatari 24 Heavy, contact Perth departure on 118.7.
Contacting Perth departure on 118.7, Qatari 24 Heavy.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 21, Q-Link 21.
Perth Airport Tower, Papa Romeo 01 Heavy is 15 nautical miles to the northeast at 3,300 feet, inbound for landing.
Perth Airport Tower, Lufthansa 666, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing straight out.
Lufthansa 666, hold short of runway 21.
Holding short runway 21, Lufthansa 666.
Papa Romeo 01 Heavy, number 1, runway 24, cleared to land.
Yeah.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 24, Papa Romeo 01 Heavy. Sierra Alpha 24, runway 21, cleared for takeoff, make right traffic. Infinite Flight 108, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 21, Sierra Alpha 24.
Wilco, Infinite Flight 108.
Lufthansa 666, line up and wait runway 21.
Line up and wait runway 21, Lufthansa 666.
Papa Romeo 01 Heavy, maintain slowest practical speed. Maintain slowest practical speed, Papa Romeo 01 Heavy.
Perth Airport Ground, Qantas 445, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 21.
Qantas 445, pushed back approved, expect runway 21.
Pushback approved, Qantas 445.
Sierra Alpha 24, contact Perth departure on 118.7.
Contacting Perth departure on 118.7, Sierra Alpha 24.
Lufthansa 666, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 21, Lufthansa 666.
Yes, I'm quiet today. Not much to talk about. Just an average Monday. Monday isn't really busy on Infinite Flight, so. Hey, hello, Nano. Oh, no. It's going great today. Well, yeah. I had an important math test today on school.
Perth Airport Ground. Qantas 445. Ready to taxi to runway 21 with information Alpha.
Lufthansa 666, contact Perth departure on 118.7.
So that's good.
Qantas 445, taxi to runway 21,
I
contact
played
tower when
too
ready.
much Fortnite today.
Contacting Perth departure on
Now I hate the
118.7.
game, so.
Lufthansa 666. Taxiing to runway 21.
But it's
Qantas
going great
445.
today. Just 2 hours of school today. Tomorrow, just 1.5. I only have tests the coming week, so I have plenty of time for Infinite Flight. If you just came here, don't forget to follow me on Twitch. Let's go for the 50 followers.
Q-Link 21, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway.
Yeah, of course I can.
Wilco, Q-Link 21.
This is better, I think. Yeah, sometimes the ETC voice is talking through my voice. That's really annoying.
Perth Airport Ground, Q-Link 21, request taxi to parking.
Q-Link 21, taxi
No,
to parking.
are you
Taxiing
coming
to parking,
to
Q-Link
this
21.
airport in Infinite Flight? Would be nice. Then we can see you on stream. Oh yeah, no, I'm on the expert server, so I'm afraid that isn't possible. Well, I can join you one time when you are ETC or something like that. You can just PM me on the community.
Papa Romeo 01 Heavy,
I
exit
know that
runway
the
when able,
first
contact
test
ground on
I
the
failed
taxiway. Wilco,
because
Papa Romeo
I
01
forgot
Heavy.
to say exit runway when able. Then I was upset. But that was a long time ago, and I still remember it. So if you're doing the practical test, don't forget to say exit runway when able. Oh, in my time, you didn't had the theoretical test, only the practical. So I didn't had to make a quiz or answer questions.
Perth Airport Tower. Qantas 445. Ready for takeoff at runway 21. Departing east.
Perth Airport Ground, Papa Romeo 01 Heavy, request taxi to parking. Qantas 445, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 21. Qantas 445.
Papa Romeo 01 Heavy, taxi to parking. Taxiing to
Chris
parking,
S.
Papa Romeo 01 Heavy.
is inbound for landing, I think. I don't know. He didn't report anything. Let's just wait a bit and then
Bok Bok Chicken, say intentions.
Pork chicken. What a call sign.
Perth Airport Tower, Bok Bok Chicken, inbound on the ILS runway 24.
Thank you.
Bok Bok Chicken, number 1, runway 24, cleared to land. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 24, Bok Bok Chicken. Perth Airport Tower, Lufthansa 747 is 12 nautical miles to the north at 2,600 feet, inbound for landing with information Alpha. Lufthansa 747, number 1, runway 21, cleared to land. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 21, Lufthansa 747.
Qantas 445, request frequency change.
Qantas 445, contact Perth departure on 118.7.
Perth.
Contacting Perth departure
Why
on
should I be
118.7.
just on the
Qantas
community?
445.
Yeah, on the community, Infinite Flight community. Well, I know you wouldn't get ghosted for that kind of call signs. Only for call signs that say I don't know, like kill him or can't just swearing and stuff like that, then you will get ghosted, but not for call signs like this.
Bok Bok Chicken, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway.
Oh, it's
Wilco,
quiet.
Bok Bok Chicken. Perth Airport Ground,
Okay.
Bok Bok Chicken, request taxi to parking. Bok Bok Chicken,
See
taxi
you
to
in 2
parking.
minutes. Yeah.
Taxiing to parking, Bok Bok Chicken.
It's just quiet.
Lufthansa 747, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, Lufthansa 747. Perth Airport Ground, Lufthansa 747, request taxi to parking. Lufthansa 747, taxi to parking. Taxiing to parking, Lufthansa 747.
Hold on.
Lufthansa 747, request permission to cross runway 24. Lufthansa 747, cross runway 24.
He is not in
Crossing
my...
runway 24,
Okay.
Lufthansa 747.
Which server? Expert server. Oh, Airport Unicorn. Okay.
Air France 076, you're in an active airspace, please contact Perth Airport Tower on 120.5.
He switched to Unicom, which is strange. I'm not in a freighter airline. I was a few times in different airlines. America, I believe. Air France KLM, my own, but I stopped with that. I just don't like flying as much as
Perth
I
Airport
like
Tower, Jetstar
controlling.
971 is 13 nautical miles to the north at 3,000 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 21. Jetstar 971, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land. Air France 076, you're in an active airspace, please contact Perth Airport Tower on 120.5. Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Jetstar 971.
Strange. Yeah, I will give you some. What's he doing? Okay. He is French. Well, I'm not French. Hello, Gemtag. Welcome. I'm not French. It's frozen for you? That's strange. For me, it works. Try to restart. Try to...
Perth Airport Tower, Sierra Alpha 24, inbound on the ILS runway 21 with information Alpha.
Sierra Alpha 24, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Sierra Alpha 24.
Okay, nice. Welcome.
Jetstar 971, exit runway when able and contact ground, please expedite, traffic on final. Wilco, Jetstar 971.
You're both on the Air France KLM. Oh, nice.
Perth Airport ground, Jetstar 971, request taxi to parking. Jetstar 971, taxi to parking. Taxiing to parking, Jetstar 971. Jetstar 971, request permission to cross runway 6. Jetstar 971, cross runway 6. Crossing runway 6, Jetstar 971.
Perth Airport Tower, speedbird 104 heavy, inbound on the ILS runway 21 with information Alpha.
Speedbird 104 heavy, number 1, runway 21, cleared to land. Sierra Alpha 24, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 21, speedbird 104 heavy.
Wilco, Sierra Alpha 24.
Wow.
Perth Airport ground, Sierra Alpha 24, request taxi to parking.
Sierra Alpha 24, taxi to parking.
Taxiing to parking, Sierra Alpha 24. Sierra Alpha 24. Request permission to cross runway 24.
Oh,
Sierra Alpha 24, cross runway 24.
Crossing runway 24. Sierra Alpha 24.
there he is again. It took 20 minutes, I think.
Air France 076 is on final runway 21, full stop.
Air France 076, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land.
Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Air France 076.
Speedbird 104 heavy, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway.
Whoa, there's no one. Three inbounds. He is far away.
Wilco, Speedbird 104 heavy.
26 inbound, but most of them are still an hour or more away. So that's too
Perth
far
Airport
away.
ground, Qantas 1037, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Perth Airport ground. Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November. Ready for pushback with information Alpha. Requesting runway 21.
Nope, nothing.
Qantas 1037,
It's really
pushback
boring
approved,
actually.
expect runway 21. Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November, pushback approved, expect runway 21. Pushback approved, Qantas 1037.
Pushback approved. Sierra Alpha Bravo 1
Well,
November.
sometimes there are like hundreds inbound. 106, I believe, last time. It's 4 times busier than this.
Perth Airport ground, Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight
So
of
this
2,
is easy.
ready for pushback with information Alpha. Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2, pushback approved, expect runway 21. Pushback approved, Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2.
Flight of 2. One thing I'm missing right now are taxi lights. That would would look so nice, I think. And a ground chart. That would be also very nice.
Perth Airport ground. Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November. Ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Perth Airport Tower, Air France 076, inbound on the ILS runway 21.
Taxiing to runway 21. Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November.
Air France 076,
Shouldn't
you're
do I
already
really
cleared
have?
to land, avoid unnecessary reports.
Well, I'm not really aware of it. Jordan. Oh yeah, I remember your story.
Perth Airport ground,
Of maybe
Qantas
becoming a
1037,
pilot.
ready to taxi to runway 21 with information Alpha.
You have to choose between
Qantas
pilot or
1037,
civil
taxi
engineering,
to
I
runway
believe.
21, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21, Qantas 1037. Perth Airport Ground, Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21, Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2.
Exit runway when able.
Air France 076, exit runway when able,
Oh
contact
yeah.
ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Air France 076.
Perth Airport Tower, Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing east.
Sierra
Let's
Alpha
wait
Bravo
for
1
him.
November, line up and wait runway 21.
Line up and wait runway 21, Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November.
Perth Airport Ground, Jet Airways 005, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Jet Airways 005, pushed back approved, expect runway 21.
Pushback approved, Jet Airways 005.
Perth Airport Ground, Air France 076, request taxi to parking.
Air France
Oh.
076, taxi to parking.
Taxiing to parking, Air France 076.
Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 21, Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November.
Perth Airport Tower, Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2, ready for takeoff at runway 21, remaining in the pattern. Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2, line up and wait runway 21. Line up and wait runway 21, Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2.
Perth Airport Ground, Jet Airways 005, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November, contact Perth departure on 118.7. Jet Airways 005, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Contacting Perth departure on 118.7, Sierra Alpha Bravo 1 November.
Taxiing to runway 21, Jet Airways 005.
Jet Airways 005, give way to aircraft ahead. Perth Airport Tower, Qantas 1037, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing west.
Give way to aircraft, Jet Airways 005.
Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2, runway 21, cleared for takeoff, make right traffic. Qantas 1037, line up and wait runway 21. Line up and wait runway 21, Qantas 1037. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2.
Perth Airport Ground, Springbok 288, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Springbok 288, pushed back approved, expect runway 21.
Pushback approved, Springbok 288.
Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2, contact Perth departure on 118.7. Qantas 1037, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Contact in Perth departure on 118.7, Alpha Foxtrot 788 flight of 2, cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Qantas 1037.
He asked
Jet Airways
for
005.
remaining in the pattern,
Request
and
permission to
he
cross runway 24.
just departs
Jet Airways 005,
to the
cross
left.
runway
Okay.
24.
Crossing runway 24, Jet Airways 005. Perth Airport Ground, Delta Hotel Lima 749, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Qantas 1037, frequency change approved, good day. Delta Hotel Lima 749, hold position. Frequency change approved Qantas 1037, good day.
Good day. You first have to ask for pushback and then for taxiing, because he can't taxi straight away.
Perth Airport Ground, Springbok 288, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Springbok 288, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Perth Airport Ground, Virgin 749, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
Taxiing to runway 21, Springbok 288.
Perth Airport Tower, Jet Airways 005, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing straight out.
Jet Airways 005, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Perth Airport Ground, Singapore 216 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 21.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Jet Airways 005.
Singapore 216 Heavy, pushed back approved, expect runway 21.
Perth Airport Tower, Romeo Alpha Victor India
The
November
traffic
is
is
12
okay,
nautical miles to the north at
but it's pretty
2,700
busy.
feet, inbound for landing with information Alpha, requesting runway 21.
Pushback approved, Virgin 749.
Pushback approved, Singapore 216 Heavy.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 21, Romeo Alpha Victor India November.
Perth Airport Tower, Springbok 288, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing straight out.
Springbok 288, hold short of runway 21.
Holding short runway 21, Springbok 288.
Springbok 288, line up and wait runway
I
21.
wish I could
Line up and wait
control
runway
in
21,
infinite flight with
Springbok
my
288.
voice instead of sending commands. Like, maybe it's possible for a third-party app developer to make something that if you say clear to land, he will
Perth
send the
Airport
commands
Ground,
clear to land.
Virgin 749, ready to taxi to runway 21 with information Alpha.
Virgin 749, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21, Virgin 749.
Jet Airways 005, contact Perth departure on 118.7.
Contacting Perth departure on 118.7, Jet Airways 005.
Perth Airport Ground, Singapore 216 Heavy, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Springbok 288, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Singapore 216 Heavy, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Springbok 288. Taxiing to runway 21, Singapore 216 Heavy.
he's fast, he can be in front of this plane, but he's waiting. There he is.
Perth Airport Tower, Virgin 749, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing straight out.
Singapore 216 Heavy, request permission to cross runway 24.
Virgin 749, runway 21, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Virgin 749.
Singapore 216 Heavy, cross runway 24.
Crossing runway 24, Singapore 216 Heavy.
Springbok 288, contact Perth departure on 118.7.
Contacting Perth departure on 118.7, Springbok 288.
Perth Airport Tower, Jetstar 224 is 11 nautical miles to the north at 2,600 feet, inbound for landing, requesting runway 21. Jetstar 224, number 2, runway 21, cleared to land. Number 2, cleared to land, runway 21, Jetstar 224. Virgin 749, contact Perth departure on 118.7.
Contacting Perth departure on 118.7, Virgin 749.
Romeo Alpha Victor India November, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway.
Wilco, Romeo Alpha Victor India November.
Perth Airport Tower, Singapore 216 Heavy, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing north.
Singapore 216 Heavy, runway 21, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Singapore 216 Heavy.
Perth Airport Ground, Romeo Alpha Victor India November, request taxi to parking.
Romeo Alpha Victor India November, taxi to parking.
Taxiing to parking, Romeo Alpha Victor India November.
Singapore 216 Heavy, contact Perth departure on 118.7.
Contacting Perth departure on 118.7, Singapore 216 Heavy.
Perth Airport Ground, November Kilo 154 Whiskey, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 21. November Kilo 154 Whiskey, pushback approved, expect runway 21. Pushback approved, November Kilo 154 Whiskey.
Perth Airport Tower, November 118 Juliet X-ray, inbound on the ILS runway 21.
Number 1.
November 118 Juliet X-ray, number 1, runway 21, cleared to land.
Number 1, cleared to land, runway 21, November 118 Juliet X-ray.
Jetstar 224, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, Jetstar 224. Perth Airport ground, November Kilo 154 Whiskey, ready to taxi to runway 21 with information Alpha. November Kilo 154 Whiskey, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21, November Kilo 154 Whiskey. Perth Airport ground, Jetstar 224, request taxi to parking. Jetstar 224, taxi to parking. Taxiing to parking, Jetstar 224.
Gaat goed. Mhm. Wat?
Perth Airport Tower, November
Nee.
Kilo 154 Whiskey, ready for takeoff at runway 21,
Yeah.
remaining in the pattern. November Kilo 154 Whiskey, hold short of runway 21. Holding short runway 21, November Kilo 154 Whiskey.
Perth Airport ground. Frontier Flight 145, ready for pushback with information Alpha.
November 118 Juliet X-Ray, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Frontier Flight 145, pushed back approved, expect runway 21.
Wilco, November 118 Juliet X-Ray.
Pushback approved. Frontier Flight 145.
Perth Airport ground, November 118 Juliet X-Ray, request taxi to parking.
November Kilo 154 Whiskey, runway 21, cleared for takeoff, make right traffic. November 118 Juliet X-Ray, taxi to parking. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, November Kilo 154 Whiskey.
Perth Airport ground. Frontier Flight 145, ready to taxi with information Alpha.
Taxiing to parking, November 118 Juliet X-Ray.
Frontier Flight 145, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21. Frontier Flight 145.
Perth Airport ground, Lufthansa 401 Super, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo.
Perth Airport Tower, Frontier Flight 145, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing south.
Frontier Flight 145, runway 21, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 21, Frontier Flight 145.
Perth Airport Tower, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, ready for takeoff at runway 21, remaining in the pattern. Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, hold short of runway 21. Holding short runway 21, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo. Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, runway 21, cleared for takeoff, make right traffic. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo. Frontier Flight 145, contact Perth departure on 118.7.
Perth Airport Ground, speedbird 104 heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 21.
Contacting Perth departure on 118.7. Frontier Flight 145.
Speedbird 104 heavy, pushed back approved, expect runway 21. Perth Airport Tower, November 472 Romeo Quebec is 14 nautical miles to the north at 2000.
Heavy.
November 472 Romeo Quebec, number 1, runway 21, cleared to land. Number 1, cleared to land, runway 21, November 472 Romeo Quebec. November Kilo 154 Whiskey, number 2, traffic to follow is on final. Number 2, behind the traffic on final, November Kilo 154 Whiskey.
Perth Airport Tower, velocity 677 is 18 nautical miles to the southeast at 11,300 feet, inbound for landing.
Velocity 677, enter left downwind runway 21, number 3, traffic to follow is on right downwind.
Perth Airport Ground, speedbird 104 heavy, ready to taxi to runway 21 with information Alpha.
Enter left downwind, runway 21, behind the traffic on right downwind, velocity 677.
Speedbird 104 heavy, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready.
Taxiing to runway 21, speedbird 104 heavy.
Okay, like then
Perth Airport Tower, speedbird 104 heavy, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing east.
Speedbird 104 heavy, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. November Kilo 154 Whiskey, number 2, runway 21, cleared for the option, after the option, make right traffic.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, speedbird 104 heavy.
Number 2, cleared for the option, runway 21, November Kilo 154 Whiskey. Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, number 3, traffic to follow is on right base. Number 3, behind the traffic on right base, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo. Velocity 677, number 4, traffic to follow is on right downwind.
Number 4, behind the traffic on right downwind, velocity 677.
Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, number 3, runway 21, cleared for the option. Number 3, cleared for the option, runway 21, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo. Speedbird 104 heavy, frequency change approved, good day.
Frequency change approved, speedbird 104 heavy, good day.
So this is pattern work and sequence. This is what you learn on what you practice the most. Number 4.
Velocity 677, number 4,
But
runway 21,
it's really
cleared to
easy.
land. Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, is
Especially
on right
when
downwind
you
runway
did
21,
it
full
like
stop.
Number
for
4, cleared to
years.
land, runway 21, velocity 677.
Okay.
Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, number 1, runway 21, cleared
I
to land.
actually
Number 1,
cleared
to
him
land,
already
runway
for
21,
the option,
Golf
so
Mike X-Ray
I
Victor
also
Bravo.
cleared him to land. But last time, someone else said, so normally I say, don't report unnecessary reports. But last time someone said it. That's strange. I don't know why, but cleared for the option means cleared either to land or to make a touch and go.
November 472 Romeo Quebec, exit runway when able, contact ground on the taxiway. Wilco, November 472 Romeo Quebec. Perth Airport ground, American 25 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha. American 25 Heavy, pushback approved, expect runway 21. Perth Airport ground, November 472 Romeo Quebec, ready to taxi. Pushback approved, American 25 Heavy. November 472 Romeo Quebec, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21, November 472 Romeo Quebec.
Oh, put me. Okay, we are going to watch Max sim his landing. Oh, time noon. All eyes on you. Where is he? There he is.
Perth Airport Tower, American 25 Heavy, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing straight out. American 25 Heavy, hold short of runway 21. Holding short runway 21, American 25 Heavy.
Let's just wait. Yeah, it's still 40 seconds, but still.
Perth Airport Tower, Singapore 215, inbound on the ILS runway 21 with information Alpha.
Yes, that's smooth.
Singapore 215, enter straight in runway 21, number 2, traffic to follow is on final. Perth Airport Tower, Singapore 215, inbound on the ILS runway 21 with information Alpha. Perth Airport Ground, American 925, ready for pushback with information Alpha. American 925, pushback approved, expect runway 21. Pushback approved, American 925. Singapore 215, enter straight in runway 21. Enter straight in runway 21, Singapore 215. American 25 Heavy, runway 21, cleared for takeoff. Perth Airport Ground, Qantas 925, ready to taxi with information Alpha. Cleared for takeoff, runway 21, American 25 Heavy. Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, contact Perth Airport Ground on 121.7. Qantas 925, taxi to runway 21, contact tower when ready. Taxiing to runway 21, Qantas 925. Contact in Perth Airport Ground on 121.7, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo. Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, request permission to cross runway 24. Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, cross runway 24. Perth Airport Tower, November 472 Romeo Quebec, ready for takeoff at runway 21, departing east. Crossing runway 24, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo. November 472 Romeo Quebec, hold short at runway 21. Holding short runway 21, November 472 Romeo Quebec.
Okay.
American 25 Heavy, frequency change approved, good day. Perth Airport Ground, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, request taxi to parking. Perth Airport Ground, Qantas 714, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 21. Qantas 714, pushback approved, expect runway 21. Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo, taxi to parking. Pushback approved, Qantas 714.
Perth Airport Ground. Qantas 901 Heavy, ready for pushback with information Alpha, requesting runway 21.
Taxiing to parking, Golf Mike X-Ray Victor Bravo. November 472 Romeo Quebec, line up and wait runway 21. Line
Never
up
mind.
and wait runway 21,
That's just
November
not a spot
472
for
Romeo Quebec. Qantas
big plane like
901
that.
Heavy, hold position.
Holding
I'm going to
position.
end the stream.
Qantas 901
See you
Heavy.
guys probably
Qantas
tomorrow.
901 Heavy, push.